I've heard tell that vipers only strike for defense against humans and rarely release their venom. Anyway, they're nocturnal. I think they'd rather be resting and looking for quiet and solitude. She wasn't sure where the ease with which she spoke all too quickly had come from, but she had, and looked just past him to the rustling from the tall grasses and beyond to the monastery, and questioned which creature lurked between those tall grasses.
Yes. Welcome to another great show of APN TV Media. We have a lot in store for you today. It's just exciting. It seems like we have a full house today. We not only have one guest or two guests. We thought today would probably have three, but no, we have four guests on the show today, and they are very dynamic. So I don't know how we're going to fit all this in, because we're going to have them all come back again. And we're going to start with the first two guests we have behind me. Is actually LaToya Jamara Jackson with Gangsta Booze, which is an incredible book. We also have Crystalline Barringer. And Crystalline Barringer, her book is called Behind Every Smile. And it's about grief recovery. It's like an anger management in a way, but she's going to show some, because that's a book. It's also dynamic. Now, our following guests behind that, two more guests, the second and third guests, we'll have Robert Shackleford, which I'll just say Bishop Shackleford. He's all cool and everything. He's laid back. And you can catch him on Facebook. He's always there. and also we have another dynamic. Actually, he's more than just an author, but I believe he's a speaker as well. So we have he's going to share something about his book that deals with finding six things that to find out. And you know what? Let me say it this way. 6 successful things I found in Detroit. He is a Detroit author. So, matter of fact, I'm sorry, let me back up. Let's roll it back. Bishop Shackleford's book is called Eating My Way to Heaven. And I believe on the subtitles it has to do with, you can say it. Go ahead and say it.
Living an unhealthy life can kill you.
There you go. That's living an unhealthy life can kill you. Whew! But anyway, let's go ahead and get this party started. So I'll see you back in a few moments. back. Welcome back. Yes. On the set right now, I actually have Crystalline Barringer.
Yes.
Okay, I said it right, Barringer.
Yes, you
Crystalline
did.
Barringer. And I also have Latoya Jamara. Am I saying that right?
You are.
Latoya Jamara Jackson.
Yes.
Thank you. I come with the old writing on there. Jamara.
Jamara.
Excellent. Now, we're gonna start with you, okay, and then we're gonna go to you. All right. Because it's in my head right now. And about your books. Okay. Your book is titled Gangster Booze.
Yes.
Okay. But you got a subtitle, I believe. In Love and War. So you know what? I'll give you the floor about that, Gangster Booze.
Okay.
Everybody take a look here. Yes, take a look, see? And you'll probably see it up on the screen in large also as well. Gangster Booze. Tell us a little bit about it. But before you do that, I got to ask you this question.
Sure.
With this book. It's probably a spoiler alert, but I don't want to do that. Is Lala one of the main characters?
She is. Yes, she is. She is. She's actually one of the best friends to the other three.
Okay, and there's something else you said in it that really caught my attention. And it's not about, well, I was thinking about T-Baby, but there was it says, sometimes you have to move forward in life.
Yes, you do.
I'm not going to spoil what she meant about that, but just that statement alone is powerful.
Yes.
I just need to ask you one thing just on that statement.
Okay.
What was going through your mind that besides just being placed into this story?
Okay, so it was basically about starting from nothing and ending up with something. It's pretty much to sum it up. So you have to move on. You can't be stuck at one part in your life and just wanting everything but not putting forth the effort to get it. So that's what that was about.
Very good. See, some little positivity in there. There had to be a reason. There had to be a reason. So it's twofold in this.
Yes.
A twofold. But I'm not going to spoil it because you'll find out what also is another meaning in there too as well. Okay, tell us a little bit about the book.
Okay, so the book is about teenagers growing up in Chicago in the Cabrini Green projects. So they had dreams of becoming attorneys, but all that kind of went downhill because their parents were strung out on drugs. So they had to basically learn survival skills. So there was one guy who pitched in to help them out. So they went from having nothing to having everything. So once he gets killed, they go back to having nothing. So they decided to avenge his death and take over all his operations to get what they needed in order to survive.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Now this is fiction.
It is.
Okay. Do you have a sequel to this book?
I do. Yeah, I actually do. Part 2 will be coming soon in about 3 more months. And I'm actually halfway done with part 3.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. So how did you come to write the book? What inspired you to go into that metaphor of gangster booze, which is women?
Yes.
By the way, if
all
nobody
women.
caught that. Gangster booze is women. All right? Women gangsters, okay? Especially these two.
Yes.
Okay. What propelled you to go in that type of an arena? Besides just being a woman, but you took a whole nother plateau, having these dynamic duels here, or duets, go out there and do their thing. So, go ahead.
So I lived in Chicago, but I've never been to a project. But my mom's a school teacher, so she used to travel to different schools, so we kind of ran into a lot of that environment. So I saw these girls brutally attacking another girl, and I was like, wow, I'm like, do they really live like this, you know? So my mom, like, she moved, I did homeschool. Like, she didn't want me involved. Like, I was attacked one time, that was it for my mom. She was like, okay, homeschool, that's it. And so I actually saw it, and then I used to always hear about these things. And then I was like, I'm gonna actually put this in writing, you know, to see what people think about it. Now, at first, I was actually judged. She was like, oh, you come from this area and you're that. And I'm like, no, actually, I'm not. I'm like, it was all imagination. That was it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, all imagination. Now you've had some. If it's like if any consolation, like here in the Michigan area, say if you was on a one of them tourist bus. And you
yes.
leave from here to get to Detroit,
Yes.
which one of our authors can talk about that. He found something positive inside Detroit, which is a blessing.
Absolutely.
As you go into Detroit, you're seeing all the down Michigan Avenue, and then those who know what I'm talking about is that you're seeing all this crazy stuff. I'll be on the bus like, no, get me off right now, get me off. Before you get to the center inside Detroit it's really nice. It's beautiful. It's the point getting there. You see all the chaos and the mayhem and the craziness. Okay, I was thinking you did very well in being able to put it together. It's like a choreography. You put it together. Even though you see you wasn't involved in it, but you had little spiff with it.
Yes.
You know, in your
Lots of
life.
experiences.
Yes, and it's
Singing,
understandable to
hearing
step
about
away
it.
from it
Yes.
because today it is not no joke out there.
It's really not.
Yes,
It's really not.
you get shot over a piece of bubble gum, and that's just crazy.
That's true.
So I applaud you. Did a great job on it.
Thank you
and
so
I think,
much.
yes. Thank you for that. Now, next, I'm gonna tell you what. After this, we'll be coming back with Crystalline Barringer. All right. See you in a moment. Yes. Welcome back. Okay, now we're gonna get some more to the nitty gritty with Crystalline Barringer. Okay, which is you.
Yes, it is.
Your book, okay, Behind Every Smile. You know, every time I kept thinking about Behind Every Smile, this is her book here, okay. We might want to go to this camera here to take a look. There we go. We'll probably also have it on screen enlarged. But every time, and you know what's funny is your books, Behind Every Smile, grief recovery, and every time I kept staring. If you notice, I just kept staring. They kept saying, neglect, betrayal, abuse. What do you mean by that? Neglect, betrayal. It has a positive. It sounds like it has a positive ring to it. Neglect, betrayal, abuse.
Despite being neglected, betrayed, and abused, I still conquered everything I went through. This is how I was raised, being neglected and abused by my mother. I was abused all types of ways, from verbally, physically, and stuff like that. So this is my autobiography.
It's separate. It's neglect, betrayal,
And
abuse.
Yes.
You know what I was thinking of? For some reason in my head, probably because it's like a joyful moment. I was just going like, wait a minute, did she just say neglect? In other words, neglect meaning stop, betrayal, abuse.
Yes.
But I know I'm seeing more into it. But it's neglect, it's betrayal, and it's abuse. Okay, and this is behind every smile. So you know what? You got the floor. Tell us about the book, or matter of fact, this is about you.
Yes.
Okay, as well as helping others.
Yes.
So it's more like a self-help at the same time.
Exactly.
You got the floor. Go ahead.
Okay, my book is about my life. It's not what I went through, but more of how I went through what I went through and what I learned from it. I have many examples, and that's why I put it all in a book. Now, it started off with me writing as a journal or a diary to express my feelings and emotions, because I was like trying to cry out to my mother, but I didn't never get no help. And the reason why it's titled Behind Every Smile, because anyone outside that house would have never known what I went through. As far as like when I go to school or go to work or go somewhere other places, I'm very goofy, and I just like to have fun and help anybody. So some of the people I went to high school with started reading the book and was like, I would have never known that you went through that. Ooh. It's not to have pity on me or feel sorry for me, but it's to read the stories and understand, despite of how I was raised by my mother, I still made sure I graduated. I went to jail for things I never did, but I still made sure I walked across that stage. My only motivation was God, truth be told. And I feel like this time, I can conquer any and everything, and that's why I have books now to prove it. Again, I was neglected and abused by my mother. I was sexually abused by my auntie. I just been through a lot from, I'm gonna say early as birth, from 9 months old, I had a brain tumor, they took it out, and that's how I got disabled. I was the first patient they ever did surgery on at University Hospital. Oh, wow. After that, they told my mother, oh, she wasn't supposed to live past the age of 5. She's not gonna be able to walk or talk. She's gonna have Down syndrome and everything. I know how to tie my shoe. I've been in fights before, a girl bit me and everything. My mom would bend my fingers back on both sides, and it's like, because she put me through a lot of pain, I'm not afraid to fight.
Yes.
I've been through pain my whole life. I'm not afraid. So it's a lot of things I learned from her. Just like, she was starved. I didn't even know she can get food stamps until I was 18. But she stacks up on everything. So I live like her as far as stacking up on tissue to food to I cannot run out of things because my mother did not run out of things. I have a clean house because my mother made us clean up, and I had to clean up after my sister and brother. So it's not the torture that she did, but it's what I learned from it. Again, I run my house similar to how my mother is. And again, I look at everything and try to get the good out of every bad situation. The moral of the story is, they say when life brings you lemons, you can make lemonade, but it didn't give you no sugar. So if you make a lemon detox, you would get rid of the toxins in your body. You know what I mean by that? If I want to grow, I have to go somewhere bigger to grow. Example, if a tree is not going to grow bigger, then it's pot. But if you take that tree out of that surround and put it in the forest, watch how big it grows. Right. So I learned that I had to go through things to understand stuff. So I'm not going to say, oh, I want to change my past, or I still thank my mother to this day, and she don't even understand it, me and my older brother. Because of how she treated us, our mentality level, we can survive out here. We had to survive in my mother's house like we was in the jungle because we had to steal food. We know how to survive outside now because of my mother. She did something that I want her to understand. You helped us in ways that you don't even know. And you're not perfect. No one's not perfect. But whatever path you have, make the best out of it. What she just said earlier about moving forward, she was totally right. You can't sit there and complain about the past because you can't change it. When they say you can't cry over spilled milk, I mean, you can't drink it no more now, but you learned something from it.
Yes,
And you
ma'am.
take it to use it to your best advantage, no matter what it is, no matter who you are. If I can go through stuff as early as 8 months old, and I'm only 27, what's stopping the next person?
That's right.
So that's why I'm using my book to motivate people, because I have a lot of inspirational stories. I done drunk hot water before. I done taste urine before. My mom done choked me till I passed out. I don't cry about the stuff no more. For what? Again, I'm not afraid to take a punch because my mama hit me with a bat. So your punch ain't got nothing to compare to a steel bat.
Not at all.
Yeah, my gosh.
My mom, again, she budgets everything. She travels a lot. So me and my older brother likes to travel a lot. We've been to Florida and everything. So it's like I take the little good things, and again, I learned from it. My mother is mentally ill, so that's just going to be my reason why she did the way she did. But I'm not about to repeat that curse. I want to break the curse, and I'm trying to get my brother to do the same thing as far as writing his book and help, because this book and the more books to come, which I'm working on my second book titled Walking Testimony right now, it's a secret to this book. And again, and I'm turning it into a movie. Everything I'm doing is motivating, and I'm reaching out to the youth because you are our future. No matter what your past is, make the best future. Do what you know that you know how to do. Do it the best you can and move forward.
That's right.
I like that.
Absolutely right. You should be you know, I would have flashed back, was thinking about my mother when there was some things, but no, you got the floor on this one. You definitely got the floor on this one. You are a living testimony to it. There's no doubt about that. You and your whole family. Because I was wondering, I was going to ask you about that with the dedication in your book, that you still gave dedication. You got 3 siblings, I believe? 3?
Oh, my mom, yes.
And your mother. Okay, your dedication. Your mother was in your dedication too as well.
Yes, because she's also a victim
She's also a victim.
of abuse. And this is why I'm trying to, this is,
You gotta break this
it's my
cycle.
answer to
Yes.
everything, because I know some of her stories and what she's been through. And like I said, she lost her mom. My grandma died at 45. My mom was only in her 20s. She was the first kid. So I know you're going through emotional stuff as well. I understand a lot. All she had to do is open up, because if we understand each other, the word can go around, and understand each other is loving each other. No judgment.
Very good.
That's all we have to do.
That's it.
Wow.
So most of my book is dedicated to my mom and her 3 other kids besides me, and then every other person who's been out there with their trials and tribulations, with abuse any type of way, because we all have stories. I was ashamed to even admit my stuff until I met somebody who was like, well, that happened to me too. And it was like, oh, okay, I'm not the only one. And then as you support one another or talk to a stranger, you'll realize y'all got so much more in common. Some people that fought in my book, read my book, and now, oh, we had so much. Now you understand why I came to school like that. Now I understand the other people, and now we can laugh about it. But the thing is to understand, so be careful and mindful of who you meet, because you'll never know what that person is going through. And all we need is a hug, that happiness and that love,
There it is.
contagious.
That's it.
Spread it around. That's it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
literally.
Very good. Very good. You know what I was going to say? You know, besides your book, because, you know, that's what I said, that was very interesting from inside your book. That's when the back kept saying neglect, betrayal, and abuse. And it was like, it's basically, I was thinking like neglect, all these negative things that are happening.
Oh, yes.
But that is part of it because of the neglect. Quickly, I want you to be able to share something to your viewers and readers, to the audience. What would you like to say to them?
Can I do a motivational thing?
Automatically. Okay. That was automatic. That was a given. Go ahead.
Okay. The thing I would love to say to my readers and guests, again, whatever path you have, however you went down it, you learn from it. Whatever it is, with any bad situation, there's always something good. There is always a blessing inside of each storm. And I'm, again, a walking testimony. My storm started as early when I had a brain tumor, but it was a blessing in it because God disabled me for a reason. Once you understand things, then life can go easy. It's going to be hard sometimes. We all go through trials and tribulations, but faith plays a big role, and don't give up on faith at all.
And now for you, I'd like for you your creative talent I see in how you put these dynamic duets together in Gangster Booze. We have something that you'd like to share to the audience, your viewers and readers?
Sure. So mine is quite similar, actually. No child should ever have to suffer because of their parents' mistakes. So just move forward in life, do whatever it is you want to do. Never let anyone tell you that it's not possible. Always put your best foot forward and make it happen. And that's it.
Wow. Yes. Okay, and that's, I'm going to say LaToya and Crystalline.
Yes.
Yes, two dynamic authors. One with creative writing from the streets, which is very interesting, and the other dynamic. And I wanted to keep calling you a seminarian because a seminar, a person that does the guest speaker, because you have a lot to share with everybody what you went through. You're a survivalist from the very beginning, from birth. You know, that's a God thing. None of us can touch that.
That's right.
You know, and being the first at the University Hospital.
I was the first one. 'Cause I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. So I went to University Hospital, and Rainbow Children's is specialized in kids, period. They are a good hospital when it comes to pediatric kids and babies and all that. I love them for that. And I had to get hospitalized for a whole year. They had the Sesame Street characters come out and everything.
Wow.
And my mom put me on the newspaper, so she still got it in her photo album. I said, "Oh, look at me with my haircut." I'm gonna cut my hair off all over again. So I was like, "Yeah," but they are actually a good hospital, really.
Excellent.
And at the end of the day, the doctors said something else, the scientists said something else, but God said what?
Exactly.
I'm 27 years old still,
That's right.
and I'm here. And everything I'm doing is motivational. And I heard a couple of people, some of my friends say, "Oh, you could be a motivational speaker." And I never assumed that until after I wrote my book.
Well, that you are.
Yes,
Thank you.
It really
You're very
is.
welcome. And everybody, we thank both of you for coming to the show and let me
for having
both
us.
come back again.
Actually, she's the reason how I came to this show, because of her.
Really?
Yes.
How about that? Oh, so y'all known each other, or
I
or
met
how you-
her through Facebook, honestly, because we're just all authors. So I was just like friending people.
Oh, this is
And she was
testimonial.
telling me about, right, and she
Divine
was telling me
appointment.
about her book fair. And I was like, well, hey, I'm going to a book fair, but I want to host one too. She was like, well, hey, we could do it together. Then she showed me the information about you. And then we like, when I find out something, I give it to her. When she find out something, we like work together.
We're tag team.
I just was thinking that.
It's showtime. That's what it's showtime.
It's showtime. That's
Excellent.
right.
Then I'd love to have both of you come back again.
We will,
Definitely.
for
Anytime.
sure.
Definitely.
Anytime.
Thank you. Yes. And when we come back, we're coming back with two other guests, Robert Shackleford, and with Eating My Way to Heaven, and Darren Kelly, 6 successful things I found in Detroit. So we're right back after this.
Yeah.
Yes. Welcome back. Actually, we have with us Robert Shackleford, but also known as Bishop Robert Shackleford. Okay. I'm glad to have you because actually on the title of his book, we'll be saying Robert Shackleford, Eating My Way to Heaven. Okay, and now we also have here with us is Darren. Woo! Let's get everybody's names here. Darren Kelly. Interesting, Kelly for last name.
Yes, I'm Irish. So.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's really interesting. You know, I kept thinking, it sounds like something from a James Bond movie. You know, like 007, you know,
Yeah.
James Bond, Darren Kelly.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool, though. Hey, also, Darren Kelly's book is 6 Successful Things That I Found in Detroit, which, you know, it's funny, I'm stuck with that 6 successful things in Detroit. But it's six successful things I found in Detroit. We're going to get to that. Okay, and we're going to start off with you. Somehow everybody's sitting in the right positions. That's a beautiful thing. Okay, y'all set nice, and you know, that's looking great. That's looking great.
Thank you.
But Robert is down to earth. You know, Bishop Jackson, and they just call him Robert. He's down to earth. I mean,
That's
really,
right.
really down to earth.
Right.
That's a realist for you. I like that. That makes a person comfortable. You know, that's bringing the love of God, love of Christ in you, because that's how He wanted. Just comfortable and relaxed.
Absolutely.
You know, you blowing my mind with this, man. You
That's
blowing
right.
my mind. And now you pre-airing.
That's right.
When everybody asks about what's pre-airing, he'll tell you.
I'll tell them.
Yeah, because that's a good one. You're pre-airing. Okay. You know what? Without further ado, tell us about the book.
Absolutely. First of all, I want to say thank you, Mr. Stephen Hill, for allowing me to be here, and a wonderful place to be. I'm really elated about this season, this time, and even about the season in my life. And I'm so excited about this. So if you see me getting kind of bubbly, it's because I'm excited. This is an exciting time. So the book is Eating My Way to Heaven. Living an Unhealthy Life Can Kill You. And I'm excited about that book even while I was writing it because there's so much poured in it. An easy reading book that will literally transform your life. If you pick up the book and read the book, you will never ever be the same. And I am not kidding. It's one of those books based on so many folks' testimonies already. Lives have been changed. However, it's a book that's my heart. It's a book that when you read it, you'll find that people are living a life that's really unhealthy. Not only just eating, but I'm talking about you got people literally, their lifestyle is living a lifestyle of depression, hurt, pain. And they're eating as they're taking this stuff in, and they're living this life. So hurt people literally hurt people, and that is a major problem in our country. You know.
You know what? Actually, I never thought about saying it before, but there's a twofold in that. One of them was, and biblically, was life and death, or in the power of the tongue, those that love to eat the fruit thereof.
Absolutely.
That means they can eat something that's unhealthy that causes a person to go out there and do wrong, to continue to do wrong.
Absolutely.
And then there's another form of eating unhealthy. That's eating unhealthy in words and eating unhealthy in food.
Right. Absolutely.
A twofold book.
It's a twofold
book
book.
with two sides of the sword.
And
Very interesting.
And when you read it, you will see these like, wow,
Yes.
this book will really deal with, or should I say, minister to your spirit, your mind, your physical being. It deals with you financially. It allows you to get up and make it happen today. So that's what I'm saying. You really, when you
you're right.
from page one till the ending of it, you know, we got testimonies in the book. And where lives have been changed, when people came to my, I'm a life coach and I'm a bishop, and I've been pastoring for 30 years, and I travel all over the country, and people that come to my seminars or come to my services, they're like, wow, is this really true? I say, yes. Bite the apple and you watch. You will literally change your life. Eating my way to heaven, it's like if you continue, and I often ask people, I'm like, how many want to go to heaven? Their hands up, okay. Okay, you really want to go there quick? Right. Keep living a life of anger, rage, bitterness, not taking care of your mind. A healthy mind is a healthy body. Let me say that. A healthy mind is a healthy body. And if I don't care how much money you get, if you're depressed, you're not happy. If you're not happy, you're not happy. Pick up this book, and I guarantee you, how can I guarantee you? If you don't like that book, something wrong with you.
Hey, you know what? The book, yes. You know what, to be honest with you, your book had started me going to the gym for a while. I said, no, he did on this twofold thing. I said, not only you're spiritually, being spiritually fed,
yes,
but also the nourishment, you know, you can be eating the wrong things. 'Cause, you know, matter of fact, you have like menus, food,
absolutely,
food supplements in there.
Yes.
As well as getting spiritually fed, which is pretty nice.
This is a how-to. You know, I teach you how to. You can pick up this book and you see what I eat. You can see the supplements that I take.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
Like for 2 years, I couldn't breathe good. I had no sense of smell.
That.
Really, I couldn't even taste my food. The doctor, the specialist, told me I needed an operation because there's no cure for this situation. No cure for it. They want to give an operation. They said, and 99%, if you got this situation going on, it comes back over and over and over. I said, I'm not going to do this. The specialist said, if I was you, I wouldn't do it neither. I said, I'm going to continue to do my research. Guess what I did? I lived this. I literally, God has given us food and has given us a mind and certain foods. Let me tell you something. I can smell, I can breathe, I can taste my food. That's because I put in the right thing. Sometimes Western medication, Western medicine, Western science, and I'm not mad about any doctors, sometimes they miss it. You see, let me say it again. Sometimes y'all miss it. That's right. You pick up the Bible, you find out that's the real medicine. Pick up other books. Pick up my book. I'm healed. I feel good. I feel good. I'm excited. So that's eating my way to heaven. I want to be here a while. I have a lovely wife. Hi, sweetie Seneca.
I was getting ready to say you should do a shout out to her.
Hi,
right
sweetie.
Here, right here.
Right here.
Yes.
Hi, sweetie. Hi, Seneca. Beautiful lady, I'm telling you.
Oh, and the pre-airing. Go ahead, you can say hi to her too.
Hi, sweetie. How you doing? She like when I dance. Yeah. That's yeah. I want to be here a while. So I'm going to tell you, I'm not trying to get to heaven no time soon.
Thank you. Hey, thank you. I don't mind getting to heaven, but not right away.
Not right away.
It's like that song, so I can't wait to be caught up in heaven. I'm
really?
going, whoa!
No,
I gotta learn something, get the joy here first.
Yeah.
It don't make no sense.
No. I want lives changed. I want to help as many people as I can.
Yes.
You know what? Yes. I was born in '62. I don't know when I'm going to leave here, but there's a gap. I want that gap to say so much.
Very good.
You see that gap, that line? They said on the tombstone, 1962 and 3000. I'm gonna live to 3000, so to speak. But it's the gap. It's not how long you live. It's what did you do with that gap? I want lives to change. Period. Somebody say period. Fred Sanford. Period.
Hey, it's all good. It's like we having church today. That's cool. Hey, I have no idea what to say to you. I mean, Pastor, you're doing great. I mean, you got the twofold in the book that's just inspiring. It's inspiring. Yes, I don't know what to say. Hey, Bishop Robert Shackleford.
Thank you.
I mean, just your presence, you find a way, God's blessed you to uplift others. Just being around you,
yes, sir.
You try to, just being who you are,
yes, sir.
It's a blessing because you tried, not only you became that example for yourself, but you've been an example for all of us to know that the energy, the thriving, not just looking in the mirror and go, oh, it's another day. Let me pop a couple of aspirins in.
Wow.
Because I'm guilty of that. But when I know that when he goes to pre-airing, when I see his stuff, I'm going, man, they and especially, you did get me in trouble though.
Uh-oh.
Okay. You were eating, you did I'm already giving away what pre-airing is. You were eating when I saw it on Facebook. And you were eating, I'm going, man, I told you when we came in the studio, I had just got finished trying to exercise.
Oh, awesome.
And but I got hungry. I wasn't eating. And I'm sitting there like, boy, he making me feel guilty. Messed me all up.
I'm sorry.
Messed me all up.
I'm
Two
sorry.
swords here. Trying to do good, and then you made me go and eat.
Keep up the
no,
good
that's
work.
my fault, yes, okay.
Keep up the good work.
Hey man, I'm glad to have you here on the
Thank
show.
you.
Glad to
be
have you
here.
on the show.
Thank you.
And next, you know what? I'm gonna tell everybody. When we come back, we're gonna come back with Darren Kelly. It's just got that James Bond name. It's just kind of cool. He's gonna show us some things. I don't even think it's even tricks of the trade. It's his experience and how he discovered 6 successful ways. I'll say that. To elevate us, and especially in Detroit.
Detroit, yes.
That's a blessing in its own. Yeah. So, all right, I'll tell you what, we'll be right back with Darren Kelly after this. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, now our fourth guest actually here is Darren Kelly. I was going to ask you about, because I now understand about the tassels and everything on your book, The Graduation. Okay, but you have a lot going on in here, but it's simplified in an interesting way. With his book is titled 6 Successful Things I Found in Detroit. And I don't know why I keep looking at it, because I keep, every time, this go like this, and also again, it'll be on the screen as well. But the 6 successful things I found in Detroit. Now, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to open the doorway for you on that, but I want to ask a couple of things. One, you were in the military.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yeah. And the book is based around certain aspects about when you were going into the military. And you said you went to a ME something. MEDJ or
ME.
military educational?
MEPS. It's when you go to the military, you first got to go through a preparation phase. So MEPS, Military Interest Processing Station.
They just never called that back in the day because I'm a veteran of the Air Force.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
wonderful.
Yes, and they used to never use that term. And I'm going, what is that?
Yeah.
And so it's military, what is it?
It's Military Interest Processing Station.
Military Interest Processing Station.
Yes.
Okay.
And our recruits go through that before they depart for the military. And it's rigorous of physical training,
Yes.
making sure that you're 100% prepared for combat. And they take you through a whole week process of making sure that you can enter properly and you can be successful in the service. Yeah, so every recruit, and it's out in Troy, Michigan, so that was my first stop before I went to the Navy, before I joined. So yeah, it was a very interesting experience, to say the least.
And then I noticed that what I was trying to share about you also added a political aspect to it as well.
Yes.
So I'm going to do this. You tell us a little bit about the book.
Okay. My book, 6 Successful Things I Found in Detroit, is about 6 basic life principles that I found in Detroit that can make anybody successful in anything. And these life lessons helped me graduate college and mold me into the man I am today. And the story is also a coming of age story of me growing up in the city. I grew up on the east side of Detroit.
Wow.
Yes, very rough neighborhood, but it was a great community. And it molded me into a great man. Great families lived on that block, doctors, lawyers, people working in the auto plants. And after that, we moved to East English Village area, that's in east side of town. Great, lovely community. We play basketball, football, safe, clean area. And the book is about just Detroit being this positive light in my life, and to show that it's not what you see on television, all negative and not a good place to be. It's a great city. And the book starts off in college, and college is, I want to help students get through school. And so college is really about life in the book, and then it leaves college and goes to Detroit, and it stays in Detroit for most of the book. And then it goes back to college, and in the end, it all makes sense. But at the heart of the book are just these 6 things I found in this Detroit that can make anyone go through school successfully and life successfully.
You know what? Yeah. What I was looking at based upon in your book is that, remember I mentioned about a while ago, I mentioned about going through Detroit, going to Detroit down, I'm just saying, easy going straight down Michigan Avenue, one strip, all the way there. You have to go on 75, don't worry about that. Just if you go to 75, no matter how you look at it, if you go into Detroit, it's always negative before you get into the positive area. Yeah. It just seems like you always got to go somewhere, you got to go through the negative to get to the positive. But a lot of times, trying to go through the negative, we stop somewhere in that realm of negativity, and we can't come out of it. We can't become positive. And that's kind of a metaphor to actually physically going to a city, like you said, going to an area that's, man, I got to go through this to get home to somewhere positive. What you're showing, and it's funny, I mean, it's not even funny, actually it's sad, that our society actually shows more of the negative than the positive. It's like it's outweighing the positive. And positive of people like all of the individuals that you know about, all of you. It's like a battle, an uphill battle, just go outside and say, can you just smile for a moment? And, or say, do anybody remember that we used to say, hello, how you to your neighbor? Good morning, how you doing? Yeah. Yes, sir, no, ma'am, being courteous, and somehow it got ripped away. And then when we go out to want to go somewhere to visit, we go into the environment all over again. Even though it's never been an environment, like I say, you knocking on the tour bus, you're knocking on the window like, hey, get me out of here. No, I don't want to go. But the positivity is on the other side of that tunnel, which in your case, in Detroit, You know, like you're to Chicago, you're in Cleveland, Ohio. Woo! That's the area there. And you know, and being in Detroit, you just mentioned something that just dawned on me. They do not show those areas. Those areas are beautiful. They do not show those areas. They show all the areas where somebody can run up to your window and say, hey, can I clean your windshield, or can you pull over to the gas station so I can put some air in your tire? Trust me, I've been there and done that myself back in the day. Okay, my own testimony out there in the street. So I'm sitting there looking at that, and I'm going, man, it's about time somebody's mentioning about something positive, you know, and being able to not only live in the environment and come out of the environment, but you woken up something within that environment to get 6 principles, 6 successful positive principles. Is that about right?
Yes, yes. And I did want to say, Stephen, that people sometimes look at Detroit as being a donut hole. This idea you have an empty city around thriving suburbs. But to me, Detroit is like a German chocolate cake. It has sweet layers for everybody. And so the downtown area, the midtown area, the community I came from, those are German chocolate cake. Those are the layers of Detroit that is awesome, that has molded me into to be I think, reasonably successful. And so there's always more to Detroit than what you see at first glance. And that's what I wanted to do in the book, to show Detroit as being this light on the hill, so to speak. And with 6 things: your family, your faith, vision, hard work, and learning from your mistake. Those 6 things can make you successful. And those are the things I found in Detroit. And I think that Detroit is an awesome city. And I hope that I accomplished that in my book, to show it as an awesome city.
No, you did actually.
Domestic leads. Get healthy. Pick up my book. I guarantee you it will work for you. God bless you.
And on that note, everybody, looking forward to seeing all of y'all next week. Pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you.
All right, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
to know if you don't feel the same. It's a shame. Don't you wake my daydream, 'cause it's so real it seems. Maybe someday I'll get my head from the clouds, but for now I'll just daydream. 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 There's a place inside my mind, don't see. Dreams of you and I that just can't be. But I can keep them safe and locked away inside. Inside. But don't you wake my daydream. Oh, so real it seems. Maybe someday I'll get my head from the clouds, but for now I'll just daydream. Don't you wake my daydream.